Hi everyone, I'm Marissa Santoro of In Our Shoes. And lately we've been hearing a lot of questions about the resume, or what I like to call your sales sheet. The resume is just that, it's your marketing sales sheet, and it should clearly demonstrate who you are and why you do what you do and who you serve. But before we go too deep into the resume, I want to just first really high level give you a quick strategy, a tool in which you can really, what I like to call, hit the beats of your resume, which a lot of us don't think about, a resume as a piece of music, but really it is. When you go to any networking event or you get on the phone with someone for a potential opportunity, I hear a lot from professionals that say, you know what, I don't know, like as I was saying what I do, I'm just not really clear. I'm finding that I'm less clear than I thought I was because I'm trying to mold my experience and my skills to fit into, a square peg into a round hole, if you will. And if you feel like when you're looking for opportunities, that you're constantly kind of changing your colors like a chameleon to fit a certain role or to fit a certain strategy, opportunity, then that should be feedback that you give yourself that you're probably not aligned with some of the key competencies that you bring to the table. So that's just a little red flag. You should not feel, yes, you should tweak your skills and your headline, and there are things that you should tweak, but you shouldn't feel like you're constantly jumping through hoops in order to fit a certain position. So let me give you a quick gutsy strategy on how to do that. First, your resume, your introduction, your bio, even your LinkedIn profile, right? It should be treated like what I like to call a filtration system. So what does that mean? That means that whenever you're speaking about your experience, your skills, or tell me what you do, or why you're interested in this role, why you're interested in this project, you should be able to go back to a core, and I want to repeat that, a core baseline filtration system. So that means that there are just certain things that you have clamped down as stakes in the ground when it comes to your skills, when it comes to your experience, when it comes to your challenges, when it comes to the services that you provide for your internal clients or your business partners or your external clients, right? So you should already have in your mind certain stakes in the ground, if you will. And there aren't many. We can break these up into three main categories, right? And then within those three main categories, you should probably have just 4 or 5 bullets within those three main categories. So, obviously, everyone has those different categories, but, if you look at a specific profile of anybody, they aren't everything for everyone. So if you find that you're trying to be everything for everyone, then you're stretching yourself too thin, and you have not established your filtration system. So I want you to think about the key areas in which you are expert at, the key areas in which you've led in, even if they're back office type work, maybe a little bit redundant, functional type work. It doesn't all have to be all strategy and vision. If that's what you're looking for, give them the bread and butter, but also highlight some of the ways in which you've demonstrated leadership. But pick your spots and then try to get them across 3 categories so that you can hit those beats, right? Again, and the beauty of this is that when you're going on the interview, you're going back to those 3 main categories, or that major filtration system, and you're sharing the stories that only hit the beats across those 3 main categories. So again, even when you're communicating through storytelling, small talk, chit chat, sharing a challenge, sharing a failure, you're always going back to your filtration system. So that's just a key thing that you should have clamped down right now. Also on the resume, on your sales sheet, on your profile, using action verbs, things that evoke motion, should really be present throughout. They should just be sprinkled throughout. And I don't mean words like coordinated or developed. I mean like really powerful words: accelerated, designed, collaborated, things that show motion and show forward positive action, and ultimately evoke a feeling that people will want to invest in you by hiring you, by working with you, by ultimately, entrusting you as you're sharing the commitments and the promises that you would make in that given project or in that given role. People don't so much as hire you as they do invest in you, as they trust in you, right? They want the promises and they want the commitments, and they want to look at your past track record and say, wow, he or she did that for over there. He or she's been doing that for 10, 15 years. I want them to come do that for me. Talk to me about the results. Tell me what you've done for others. Tell me what you've done with those projects. But again, those have to be present in your filtration system. The other thing, and last gutsy strategy here, is metrics. You want to make sure those are sprinkled throughout, right? We have to measure success. There's lots of metrics that are soft metrics, what I call qualitative metrics, but there's also a ton of metrics that focus on, on percentages and dollars and time saved. So think about that. Make sure those are sprinkled as well through your filtration system. And ultimately make sure you're communicating those when you're showing up on that phone call, on that Zoom call, as it is right now. That's our new norm, a Zoom call, a live, group meeting. That's where you really can really, spread your wings and start speaking your value. All right, so have fun with this. I'm Marissa Santoro of In Our Shoes, empowering professionals to increase their influence by leading from their gut, leading from their instinct, and communicating their value as experts in their fields. All right, we'll talk to you soon, and leave a comment below so I can hear what your feedback was on your filtration system and getting your sales sheet out there. All right, talk to you soon. Bye now.